We have come a long ways. The journeys, the experiences that molded us, shaped us into what we are today, the ones and the things we've left behind, the places you've been, the memories you hold within them. It's all brought you to this point. It's all brought you to a point in your life where you know you can go further. You know you can push yourself harder, but it seems every time you do, it's just too much stress, or the exhaustion kicks in. There's something that's keeping you on this hamster wheel, and you're just going around and around and around, day in, day out, maybe for years, months, however long you've been doing it now. And you're feeling the urge to put the hamster wheel aside, take the hamster and just set him free. Just be like, here you go, man, good luck. And you're probably ready now. Actually, you are ready. I know I'm ready. And I'm doing it, And hopefully you're doing it too. You're off that wheel and you probably don't know what to do at first. You're like, how do I do this? Is this walking? Because you don't have the wheel to roll you around anymore. Keep you in that cycle, keep you moving. And you're just starting to figure out, well, I can go any direction I want to go. But you don't have the security to that wheel. You don't have the security of the momentum of that wheel, what it was offering you and what it was providing for you. So now you have to find momentum on your own. And you've done very well. You've gotten to a point to where you're lining all your ducks up and you're taking them down. You're doing all your tasks. You're keeping on task. But you just can't get that extra mile. You can't push yourself that extra distance that you're trying to find deep within yourself. You know it's in there. You know the chamber's in there and you're trying to unlock it. Well, you have to see how things are affecting you. You have to see how you're being affected by your situation. What's your stress points? What's your eating habits? I've totally changed my eating habits. I do a very unique kind of cycle. I'll eat breakfast one day, and the next day I'll eat lunch, and then the next day after that I'll eat only dinner. And I'll repeat that cycle, but those will be the only meals that I eat for that day. I'll eat one meal a day. And that's not for everybody, but doing stuff like that does free up loose energy. It frees up opportunity for your body to react and to activate in ways that you're not familiar with, and that can give you a breakthrough. So, do what you have to do without going too extreme on your physicality where it causes harm. So you have to know your limits. Be endless in your limits, okay? Because life is polarity. You have these opposites, these big extremes. This one extreme that wants to pull you this way and this other extreme that's pulling you this way. And once you learn both of those extremes, you know how to move in between them. So, how do you overcome this? How do you figure out what is affecting you? Because it's like you don't even know. It's like something's coming from above, like some kind of ray or something. There's something that always seems to put you in a direction you don't want to go. Well, you've heard it before, we're all creature of habits, and the things that we do and the things that we consume mold our actions. They mold the personality that we are. They mold our day-to-day. So you can start there. You can start with breaking cycles and with your actual physical routines. You can start there. That does help. But a lot of people, they'll do it and they'll stay at it for a little bit and they'll find a way getting back. So it's like there's this piece that's missing inside of you. You can feel it. It's in your mind. You can see you completing these ultimate tasks that you want to complete, these ultimate goals that you have. But every time you try to overextend and you put yourself in that new timeline and you jump, you always find a way of coming back. Well, let me tell you what it is right now. It's the force inside you. We all have a force. I'm pretty sure you've heard life force. We all have life force inside of us. But what if I said the very consciousness of what you are, the very spark that gives you awareness, the very possibility of everything that you can possibly think of and imagine, okay, is your force. In the universe, in all reality, things that have immense polarity, where it can be in any direction, any kind of outcome can come. That's what your genetic is. That's what a human is. A human is the most unpredictable thing that we know of on this planet. And it just happens to be us. So take advantage of that. Take advantage of the vast polarity that's inside of you. So that force, that life force that's inside of you, that initial spark that when you brought yourself into this world and you became, how do you use it? First, you recognize it and you respect it. You become the force of its own. You become the force. You become a force. In becoming a force, you are reflecting and you are polarizing. It's like when you put something on automatic mode and it automatically balances. Once you recognize your force, that you are force, and respect it, then it takes control. It's like autopilot. It's like you driving a car. You don't know how to know the car works. You don't know how it works. You're not a mechanic, but you're able to drive it with, and some people drive it with immense skill. And that's what your force is. You're in the seat of this force. You're connected with it. You're bonded with it. This life, this consciousness. You may not even be the consciousness yourself that you are accessing. We don't know this. But we are experiencing this, and we are molded in part of this force. So, respect the force that you are. Become a force. And you can achieve anything. You can overcome all the boundaries, all the genetic obstacles, all the things that bring you down, all the memories that just throw you under the bus, all the clouds in the sky when they come out, it won't hurt you no more. All the memories of the ones you love, you lost, of course it'll hurt to a certain degree, but you'll learn to respect it because that force will give you the wisdom. Okay, it will give you the wisdom to love the emptiness, to love the vast, because that truly is what love is. Love isn't a flame. Love is endless possibility. Love is complete unpredictability. It's the most strongest power that we have inside of us. So that's what love is. Love is endless. That's why when you're in love or you're experiencing love or using it in any kind of way, you feel like you can do anything. You feel like the possibilities are endless. Okay, because it's raw emptiness. It's raw vast power. That's what love is. So when you fall in love, you're actually going into nothing. So respect the force that's inside of you. Become a force. Learn to understand your love. Know what love is, truly. Teach yourself to fall in love. If you feel like, well, maybe I haven't fell in love, go teach yourself to fall in love. I'm not talking about with a person. It can be with a person. It could be with something you truly love doing. It could be with a certain place you've always wanted to go to. It could be a certain trail you used to walk down with a parent or a friend. So that's what love could be to anyone. Love is that initiative that brings you to the emptiness, that brings you to the vast. So yeah, we have all come to a point in our lives, we've all experienced this journey, and we have pushed ourselves all the way. I've done a complete 180, and I see myself in 360 degrees. I see myself at all times, in all directions. My compass doesn't have one arrow. It has infinite amounts of arrows. My compass is a kaleidoscope. Now, I'm not saying just go completely exploding bouquets out there and going off like a, like a bunch of paper in a stack that just blows over, and there's just paper just getting scattered all over the place. I'm seeing that right now in my head for some reason. But what I am saying is that when you make your compass a kaleidoscope and you make it infinite, okay, the ways come to you, because that's what it is anyway. You are not in control of which way you're truly going to go in this world. To a certain degree, to these guidelines that we are in civilization, to these illusions of materialistic things, okay, yeah, there is direction there. But when it comes to true happiness, when it comes to true fulfillment and true breaking the barrier, the real fundamental juggernaut that's inside of you that bursts through, okay, there is no direction. It's everything that's happening. It's all happening at once, all reality. Light is a constant. Reality is a constant. You know, the future and the past is illusion. It's all right now. So if it's right now, and the wave is never ending, it's just constant. We all talk about these waves in consciousness, how they come along, but we want to pinpoint it, and it's like we can never find the direct bullseye of what is occurring, because it is of forever. It's forever. It's endless occurrence. It's an endless wave that's always building, that's always going, it's always being ridden. You're on it. You're riding it right now, and you will ride it forever. So that's why you can't pinpoint it, because it's never started and it will never end. And we can't comprehend that. So just enjoy it and ride it. Become a force. Embody Renaissance. Embody the Renaissance that's inside of you. You don't want to waste your energy on things that are going to harm your body. You don't want to waste. I don't know why I feel like I have to bring this up right now. I know it's like pretty common knowledge not to make yourself sick, not to make yourself to where you take substance or anything that makes you sick. And we all know that's a terrible thing. But you have to overcome those urges. All right? And don't let anyone fool you. People go, there's something wrong with him. He's got a past life that's dwelling on him and all this stuff, and he has a serious drug problem. You know, it's something wrong with his soul. Or there's nothing wrong with your soul. There's nothing wrong with you. It's a physical trait. It's a chemical thing that's happened to you. Okay? It's the illusion of this false game that we're living in this world. This false game that we try to win every day in our lives. Okay, and that illusion is bearing down on the losers and the winners, the takers and the leavers. So, and what I mean by that is people that have severe addiction problems, and if you have one, I've had one. I know I've had one for years. Okay, it's not something that's with you. It's not your personality. It is not who you are. It is not something that's a part of your consciousness. It's a physical trait that's been ingrained in your nervous system that has caused you a number of factors, tons of factors, all the bells and whistles that are inside the body that turn on addiction. Okay, they're tuned into this addiction. Okay, and we all have addictions to this day. It doesn't matter what they are, and we have to. It's like a constant force we're having to deal with, and that's why you have to become a force. That's one of the reasons why. Because when you become a force and you let the force just take you over, the life force that's inside of you, and you don't deny it, you don't question it, you don't go, well, if I do this, then this could happen. If you start questioning something that's trillions of years old, it's not going to let you into the glory. It's not going to give you the power. It's only there for the ones that are willing to accept what it's willing to give. Okay, because you've made it this far. You've made it to this far into this life form. You're here now. And all that's ever occurring in consciousness, everything that's happening is going, here, just let me show you. Okay? Don't question, don't deny. I know we've heard that thing goes, that saying, question everything. Well, think about that. If you questioned everything, you'll be questioning for the rest of your life, to the day you die. All right? Don't question anything. That's what I say. Don't question a darn thing. You will see that you move so much faster. You have to trust in this reality, in this universe. Okay? When you don't question, all right, the powers that be, these intense powers that control our reality in this world, the very fabric of it, will guide you, will give you direction, okay? You won't have to question anything. And when you do this, you'll notice that your stress goes away, your suffering goes away. I'm not saying all suffering is going to go away, but a big chunk of it will. A big chunk of that nitty-gritty feeling that you get when you don't accomplish something and you feel anxious and you feel like your life's wasting away, that goes away. All right, when you stop questioning, when you start experiencing things as they are infinitely, and you don't count and you don't question. When you look at the full moon and you go, this is forever. All right, even though we know the moon is only going to be full so many times in our lives, but we're going to see it and we're going to know that it is infinite, and it feels infinite because it is infinite. What you're feeling is the life force, the spark that has been given inside you from day one. That force, it's like your manual. It's like, in the movie Beetlejuice, when they go to the afterlife and they finally find the afterlife manual, how to live as a ghost. That's what it is. Okay? This is the life force manual. Okay, and inside of it, one of the first rules is, I don't know if it's the top 10, one of the top 10, top 20, but it's in there somewhere. Maybe I should write this manual. But one of them is embrace the Renaissance, embody the Renaissance. And what I mean by this is once you let the force give you the kaleidoscope of a compass, the compass that's a kaleidoscope, and you're able to channel into all these directions and feel the whole entire planet. Once you do this, then you're able to become Renaissance. Then you're able to take those energies that are coming into these channels and directions throughout reality. Then you're able to bring them into the physical, the tangible. You're able to bring them into what is occurring now. Even though there is no past and no future, but these tangible outcomes, these guidelines of energy, they can be channeled just like anything else that can be channeled. All right? And that's what you're doing. That's how we have become to event as a society. Back thousands of years ago, actually 6,000 years ago in the Jordan Valley, is when we discovered society and culture. All these different tribes from all over that region, they all did the same thing and they didn't even know it. They all were hunter-gatherers. They were coming together and they were surviving. But they got so good at surviving that they developed methods of surviving. They developed methods of gathering and hunting. Okay? And then they developed growing and cultivating and grain and started doing monocrops eventually. So once they all met up, they go, hey, such and such tribe, you're really good at that. And I'm really good at this. Why don't we hook up, and just start, working together. So they start doing that, and eventually they're like, hey, it'd be better if we just all just stayed right here. And this would be a good spot. And that's how society was born. And no one showed them anything but those channels, and the manual that they're reading from and using that compass that's been given to them, the life force kaleidoscope. All right. They're able to channel in to all the different possible outcomes of those abilities and those energies that have been given to them through activating their genetics and experiencing real life, real occurrence. Okay. So they all develop these massive skills. And then one day they meet each other. They find each other and they exchange. Okay. It's the connectivity. And eventually language was developed. Actually, language was developed before then. It was developed through the encounters before, through hunting and gathering. Actually, we don't know exactly how language came to be. It's through a series of events like that. But so what's going to happen now? Because we're tapping into this, right? And we're all on this same level of connectivity, but on a grander level. So what's going to come in now when we all come together and we build and tap into these streams and make these methods of connectivity, of communicating that we're embarking on now? Because we're communicating with ourselves, with everyone, but we have come so far. Now our communication is reaching into places in the universe that we don't even realize. We don't even realize what we're doing, where we're communicating with. But it's good though. It's not like some crazy sci-fi thriller like, oh no, he's embarked to this crazy dimension in reality in the universe, and now he's like, introduced some kind of crazy bacteria or ghost from another dimension that comes into reality and takes over the neighborhood. It's nothing like that. All right, so good begot good, waste begot waste, stillness begot stillness. Things that are dormant. Life is not dormant. Life is active. It's fluent. It's moving. It's graceful. It's everything that's inside of you. All right, you are anything but a waste. You are anything but dormant. All right, every single day your heart beats constantly as a rhythm. As a rhythm. Your mind is going as a rhythm. You have a rhythm in everything. You don't even have to ask it. It's driving itself. All right? And it's at a constant. Just like light is at a constant. Just like reality. Of course, one day you're going to pass. But everything is going to seem endless. Your experience. Think about it. You came here not knowing nothing. All right? Not knowing anything. And you will leave not knowing anything. So therefore, these moments are endless. So since we are here and we're immortal, and we're all immortal, just from being here for one brief second, doesn't matter how you come into this world, you've been immortalized. You are mortal. You all are. So once we realize this, then we're going to start to understand the real gifts, the real channels that have been trying to embark into our DNA to wake us up. You could say wake us up. I don't like to use a lot of cliche words because a lot of the fear that's in our minds and our subconscious comes out, and it uses stuff like that to work against us. It's like that it's ourselves. It's that fear and that loss that we're coming to have to really come to grips with, and we're still dealing with it for millennia. The fear of death, the fear of pain and suffering. From being without, from losing loved ones, confusion. There's so much despair so many different ways you can go into despair. Okay, but here's the thing: what if I said all of that is minuscule and it doesn't mean anything? All your suffering doesn't mean nothing. It's minuscule. Okay? All the bad, all the hate, all the pain, when you hear that, you think, oh, that's terrible. Oh, that person suffered for nothing, or how can this happen to this child? But when you come to grips with it and you see us as a species from afar, and you see how big and immense the universe is and how finite we are, you start to realize how significant everything we are and everything we've ever become and imagined is beautiful. One drop of goodness. A person would do anything. For that one moment of desire to be fulfilled, they would live 1,000 lifetimes of suffering. And there's nothing wrong with that. I smile at that. I think that's absolutely beautiful, to actually live through pain and suffering just to experience one little moment of joy. That's how powerful that stuff is. That's how powerful your love and your grace is. And people are running abundant with it. You have so much of it. You're experiencing so much of it. Okay? It's almost like going to the candy shop and you're there every single day and you're making yourself sick because you keep eating all the cotton candy taffy and all the freaking, Reese's taffy. And I would probably be eating the black licorice. I love black licorice. I'd probably be eating that one. So just get out of the candy shop for a little bit. Take a couple of days off. Make some stuff hard on yourself. And you may have already be experiencing the hard, and you can't get out of that. You can't get to a point to where you can get into the candy shop and experience joy and love. And I'm sorry, just one moment, my cat. Come on, Toadie. He's gonna knock something over. Got me at the worst time there. I'm in my pajamas. So yeah, you gone to the candy shop, right? I mean, you're trying to get in the candy shop, or you're trying to get out of it. It's a yin and yang polarity. Either you're just overwhelmed by love and joy, and you feel like it's monotonous, and you're just like, oh, I don't know how to deal with all this love and joy. I want to experience some real hardship, or there's so many. That's terrible to say, but there are situations. I know when I was younger, there was a time when I spent a whole summer at my aunt's house, and I was just blown away by all the love and joy. It was just like, man, I can't take this. Is too much goodness. I think I gotta get out of this somehow. I think sometimes when we need to mix it up a little bit, but what I'm trying to say is that your suffering and your despair is insignificant. And don't think that's a terrible thing. Don't think that's a bad thing, because your joy and your love can never, pages and pages and pages of despair can never add up to one drop of joy. All right? Not even close. Just one smile on a baby's face can destroy universes of pain and suffering. Okay? So, and that's how powerful it is. I know it sounds like some kind of thing out of a movie or some kind of science fiction thing, but it's real, man. It is real. That's one of the reasons why we've come here. We don't realize it, is to experience these points of beauty and joy. So become a force, and become a force. Embrace the Renaissance. I'm going to have to grab my cat again. He just wants to go over there and knock over some glass that's on the table. I think he's backing down now. But yeah, I'm going to have to get out of here. You guys, thank you so much for stopping in and watching the video. And I'll be posting more videos. And I'll be giving some more talks on, I guess, some of my stoicism, my outlooks on life and ideals, my opinions. Everyone's got opinions. So yeah, later. Thank you.